Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Ken.
And happy Thanksgiving to you, Ken.
I am thankful for everyone who is watching tonight. Most sincerely, I really do appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. And it's going to be an interesting show tonight. One, because he's already lit.
We've been doing tequila shots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeff Sills, we don't know what he's drinking yet, but we'll find out. Tonight on the show, BotGrinder. He is a character, and
he is.
I can't wait to have him on. Do you think you two can behave yourself?
We're going to try. We're going to try.
Okay.
We can coexist in the same world. But I can't guarantee you that we will not exceed the demonetization limit.
That's fine. That's fine. Just remember, there might be little kids watching. If there are little kids watching, you don't know all the colorful words. Just
follow
know
along.
that. Just follow along.
Turn on the subtitles.
Yeah. Well, you know what I do have for you guys? I got a cuss counter. I won't start it yet.
Oh shit.
Oh. Yeah. Well, all right. There's one.
I got a head start. I need like a car length on him.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No cheating. We'll wait until he comes on. We got the news. Got some fantastic viewer videos, and we're gonna talk all about the new stuff coming out. So much new stuff for Christmas and everything. Some stocking stuffers from DJI and whatnot. But first, Ken, what have you been up to since the last time we spoke?
Honestly, just been testing the O3 stuff, building. I started just building quads again, man. Just going back to what's been fun. That's really all I've been up to, dude.
Yeah.
Working a lot, but building a lot too. Testing out some new gear from some manufacturers. Losing drones. Losing drones?
Did you test? Did you test the O3 underwater capabilities?
It does not survive. Can you believe that? It does not survive.
Can I share this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So this pissed me off so bad, though.
Tell us what's happening here. This is the new.
So this is the iFlight Chimera. I guess that's how they pronounce it. Chimera 7 Pro. It's got OcuSync 3. So it's got an OcuSync 3 air unit. Yeah, so I took off. I didn't have GPS lock, but that's besides the point. That's not the problem. So what I wanted to do is just test it out over the lake and see how far I could push it. Now, I didn't record anything to the GoPro. I had a GoPro battery, or I had a GoPro Hero 10 Bones on top, and I had a 4,200 milliamp hour battery. So we had enough of juice to fly, to really push it. So I'm going out over this lake, and my goal was I just wanted to make it to the other side of this lake. I've never pushed an FPV quad across the lake that far.
What's the distance you were going for?
I was trying to hit like 1.5 miles. That's about, I think this lake is actually 1.5 miles across. So not crazy far, but I wanted to hit 1.5 miles over this lake. So as I started going across the lake, I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to make it. And look at the video. This is DVR footage. And
yeah, this is goggle footage, awesome. Right? Yeah, it's really good.
It looks awesome. So I started getting a little bit of breakup, not a lot. I mean, I was like, all right, I was satisfied, made it across the lake. So I'm like, all right, I'll turn around and come back. That's pretty good. That's pretty far. At this point, we're probably about a little over 1.5 miles. So I start coming back and everything is fine. There's no problems. I don't see any issues. We have plenty of battery. Like we're at 3.9, which is fine. We could have kept pushing it. Altitude's great. To the right of me in my peripheral, I see that there is like this little dock. And I said, oh, that would be cool to go ahead and buzz the dock. Now, I'm in parallel with the dock, so there's nothing in front of me. There's no obstructions, nothing. So right about here, video just completely cuts out. I lose all power, and I hear kaplunk, and it splashes into the lake. Gone. O3 gone.
Did you have a camera on yourself?
I didn't. I wish I did. I wasn't prepared for that. I was just like,
what?
I took the goggles off and I was like,
what did you say? What did you say?
I was like, well, fuck.
Uh-huh.
And I said, but I thought it hit the dock because I thought the momentum would have kept me going. So I walked over there and I'm like, there's people on the dock. I said, hey, did you guys see a drone hit the water? And she's like, no, we didn't see anything. I'm like, fuck. I was like, so I'm walking back to the car and I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I had to do the review on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked iFlight what happened and I sent them the logs and they said that the unit just completely lost power. Like the entire drone lost power. So,
Oh,
I don't know. My guess is maybe the voltage regulator possibly failed on the flight controller. I don't know.
Are they blaming the build?
Yeah, they're blaming the build. I have concerns because they had it in enclosed. They had, like they like to have all this like cool shit, right? They like to make it look like it's sealed. Yeah. And there's no way to cool it. They said they put a heat sink on there, but I don't think that heat sink did anything, obviously. But I figured out a good way to cool it is just sink it to the bottom of the lake. So
I mean, it's nice and cool now.
And I don't know why I'm mad about it. I'm not mad. Like I'm mad about it. I didn't pay for the quad, but I'm mad about it. Like I paid for it with my own money, right? Because I lost the GoPro, I lost the battery, so that's a $150 battery. It's a $400 GoPro, and I'm just like, and I asked iFlight, and they were just like, so they wanted to send me another drone, but they wanted me to send me like a one without OcuSync 3. And they were like, well, just take OcuSync 3 out of one of your other drones and put it in ours. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's not how you review a product. Like, you send it the way you build it. So we got into a displeasurable argument and haven't heard back from them since. So we'll wait and see. I don't know what they're going to do, but they blamed the 03 air unit, but DJI's logs point to a loss of power. So that could be the voltage regulator. Either way, if you're going to use one of these, make sure you're using Crossfire or Tracer or Express LRS. Don't use the built-in DJI radio because when you lose video, you also lose the ability to flip it into return to home or have any control because nothing functioned, which sucked.
So it wasn't the build. It was something happened with it.
They're saying according to iFlight, they say it's the air unit. DJI looked at the logs and said it was loss of power. So it's like that Spider-Man meme where everybody's pointing at one another.
Yeah, they're blaming each other.
Yeah, they're each blaming each other. And I'm like, I don't care who's at fault here. Just send another quad out so I can not feel disappointed. Right now I'm like, that sucked.
How deep is the water?
It's about 15 feet.
So get out there
But no. I'm not going to go out there in any old boat because there's fucking alligators, dude. There's alligators. There's water moccasins. This is Florida, dude. There's alligators, dude. You can't go out there. I have an underwater, the submersible. I could go out there and look for it.
Does the submersible have an arm on it, a grabber?
It's got one of the little arms. So if I find it, I could essentially retrieve it. It'd be dead, but I think it'd just be cool to retrieve it.
It would.
That'd be cool enough to retrieve it.
It would. Awesome. Well, I'm sorry that happened, Ken. I'm very sorry.
That's fine. Par for the course, man.
Yeah.
Par for the course.
I want to thank all the early super chatters. Thank you very much. When I started the stream, they disappeared, but I think my Robs had my back. Now I don't have a plastic printing empire like some Kens, so I depend on memberships and super chats. So please, if you want to support the channel, become a member. You can gift memberships, and that would help a great deal.
How do you gift a membership? You just click on a name and you gift it?
You click on where you go to join, and then in the upper right corner, there's 3 dots, and you can gift however many memberships you want. And that's cool. Yeah, and YouTube will dole them out to people that have been interactive up there.
Nice.
So, let me see here. I wanted to we want to get to BotGrinder soon, and the weekly bow chart is it is wonderful. I don't know how he ones up himself every single time, but he manages to do it. So I guess it's time to thank our sponsor, our biggest sponsor of all time, ladies and gentlemen, they never let us down. They're the ones that keep the lights on. I'm talking about Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
Enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. Thank you, Pigeon Jerky. A fine TNL treat since 1970. Okay. Now, Ken, last time you were on here, you didn't have any jokes for us. No jokes?
I still don't have jokes, man.
Still don't have jokes.
You know, all right. So,
I
don't have any jokes. I'm a piss poor planner, Ken.
No, man, it's okay.
I'm a situational person. Like if I see something, then I could be funny about it. But I can't. Like I don't have the dad joke thing.
I understand completely. I understand completely.
Do you have a joke, Ken, for me? Like maybe I could borrow a joke if you had a joke.
No.
Just like say, hey, I have a joke. No, okay.
But
Well,
Beauchamp,
really
if you
dropping the
do
ball here.
become a member, then you have access to the membership content. And we just recorded something with Beauchamp giving us a really dirty joke. So if that's not motivation enough for you to become a member, I don't know what is. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Heading over into the drone newsosphere. Let's see what's going on with Jeff Stills and the drone news. Hey, Jeff.
I'm full, man. I ate all of the food.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I ate all the food.
Oh. Ken's gone. Ken gone.
Yes.
We're down to one Ken. Where's our spare Ken? There he is. All right.
Yeah, no. See,
Sorry about that.
I'm an avid Facebook person. I was enjoying watching Ken taking Cuervo shots prior to the show. So
Uh-huh. What are you drinking? What are you drinking on Thanksgiving?
water.
No.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be the worst news ever.
I know.
I
Because
was hoping for lit news, Jeff.
I
Lit.
drink
Lit news.
everything. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Well,
Jeff.
we'll go ahead and take this Happy Thanksgiving news segment and start it off with DJI releasing new FPV goggles and an O3 air unit.
Mm-hmm.
So the new DJI goggles are, I guess, what you would consider the light version, the FPV Lite. They're essentially similar to the Goggles 2, but they don't have the head tracking. They don't have the side touch panels, etc. So a less expensive version of those. And then, of course, the O3 unit obviously brings in, the improvements that you need with the O3 unit.
Hold on a second, Jeff. These are much more expensive. These are super
No.
pricey. They're
I
not.
thought that the light versions were supposed to be less expensive than the.
They haven't announced any other goggles though.
No.
That's a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rumor. But these are like $649.
Oh
Yep.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna,
they're-
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
pricey, Jeff.
Yeah, that's
Pricey.
that's
And
too
then
much.
and
A lot of money.
this, well, that's $229. So, is it better? Is it better than an action cam? The video cam?
I think it's okay. But I think there's compromises. I think there's a lot of compromises that you have to make. I think you have to decide whether you want it to be your flight camera or you want it to replace your action camera, because I don't think it can do both of them well if you're going to freestyle. If you're freestyling, forget it. It can only be one or the other. It can't be both.
Okay.
It's just not. It can't be both.
Does it have
That's my take on it.
stabilization on it, or?
It does, yeah. It's got stabilization, but the problem is you have to fly 16:9. So if you're somebody who like me, I fly 4:3. You can't really do much with that after the fact. You can't even fly 4:3 in 4K, which then it's like, I don't know, it just looks goofy. In my opinion.
Okay. Back to you in the newsroom, Jeff.
All right. So next in the news, Amazon has provided us a first look at their new delivery drone, which is slated to start deliveries this year.
One of the capabilities that this drone has is that not only is it fully autonomous, which means that it does not have a pilot. We load the mission into the drone at the delivery station as we load the package into the drone and send it off to complete its delivery. That box is the only size box that fits inside the drone. So all of the products that are available all fit inside that box. Our drones fly 12 kilometers round trip, and they make one delivery on each trip. If when it gets to its delivery location, your dog runs underneath the drone, we won't deliver the package. We'll go back to the delivery station and let the customer know that we weren't able to deliver the package.
They just poop it out at 12 feet.
Yeah, just let
Doesn't
it fall.
matter what it is. No matter what it is.
Man.
12 feet. It's dropping.
Yeah, I got my Christmas ornaments.
A new iPhone. Yeah. There you go.
Wow. So do I have to say it again? Do I have to say it again?
Yes, we are going to be mass sending tube socks to Ken
No,
Heron's
we
house.
won't. No,
Oh,
we
yes.
won't. No. Won't happen.
They won't be damaged by that 12-foot fall.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's sort of crazy they're dropping that thing 12 feet like that, though. No matter what it is in there. Boop, 12 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get this spleen over to the hospital.
Ugh.
All right. So next in the news, we have drone footage out of the Ukraine. This is from a location in Kherson. This was a strategic bridge that was used by the Russians and as well as the Ukrainians. It's Anatovinsky Bridge. The collapse was due to all of the, I guess, the general consensus is that it was taken down. In other words, that they used one of those like military.
Yeah.
What is it? Floating bridges that they can just assemble.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go the full length. That's the other thing that's kind of interesting. So, but yeah, this was a major point that was used for moving supplies through that particular region. It's a strategic bridge that now that it's not in service and probably won't be for a considerable amount of time, this is going to have a pretty dramatic effect on the fighting in that area.
Are you sure you're just drinking water, Jeff?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he was buffering a little bit.
He was. Jeff.exe has crashed.
Yes.
System reboot.
All right. Well, so next we have the Oman coast is an area that has been a problem for shipping. Iran, traditionally has always sort of attacked stuff in that area. But normally what they do is they attack the ships with smaller boats, or they fire missiles at them, or they strafe them with planes, etc. Israel has come out and is accusing Iran of using drones now to attack one of the oil tankers that was off the Oman coast. So this is a new provocation. Iranian drones are becoming more prolific. They're using them in the Ukrainian war. And so these Iranian drones now apparently are being used to attack oil tankers off the coast of Oman, which, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to chase down than boats and other aircraft. So, yeah, interesting provocation. Next, we have a drone taxi taking its first spin in air traffic near Paris. The electric helicopter, the Volocopter, which this is their test aircraft, resembles a large drone. It has 8 rotors. Took off with a passenger on board from the Pontoise Cormier airfield outside of Paris. Briefly circled around where other aircraft were flying in the vicinity, and then came back and landed. This was the first use of one of these air taxis in a commercial flight area.
A lot of people don't know this, but Jeff painstakingly rehearses all of his pronunciations, so you know they're correct.
Yeah, Pontoise Cormelier.
That's it. That's it.
Good for you.
Like
Jeff.
you're a native Frenchman.
7 years of French in school. I got to use it sometime.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, next we have some video footage. This one kind of hits home. This is out of Florida. They have homes that are collapsing into the ocean after Hurricane Nicole. And this is some information.
This is really bad, yeah.
On one of the last standing, probably structurally safe dunes here, all of these homes surrounding us, several of them have collapsed, and we know about 7 of them are collapsing. A couple more are on the verge, but we do have that new video. I want to go ahead and walk you through now. I want to give credit to Bridgepoint Global. They are the ones who put this video together. And this is the first time we're really being able to see from this vantage point what this devastation is looking like today. You were able to see several homes have already collapsed in. The pools are hanging on by a thread if they have not collapsed in. And you can see the problem is the storm surge has been coming in, eating away at the dune. So even if parts of the house are still standing up, you can see how it's kind of caved in underneath these houses. And I mean, obviously palm trees, other things falling in as well. But it's just showing you how much this storm surge already is adding insult to injury. Most of these houses, their seawalls went down during Hurricane Ian. So they did not have the protective barrier when this storm came in to try and save them. We were talking to the county a couple days ago as they were prepping for this storm, and they said, you know, most homeowners just along Volusia County who had lost their seawalls did not even have time within the last month to get a company out here to try and help them reinforce. If they were, you know, those houses might still be standing a chance like the one that we're standing on right now. But as you're seeing in these videos, it's just incredible.
Yeah, that's terrible. Ken, how have you been affected by all this weather? You're down in Florida.
Yeah, but I'm on the West Coast, so the Gulf Coast, and a lot of times we don't really have too many storms that pass through this way. A lot of times they hit lower on the peninsula or they hit on the East Coast and then they transfer over the state. But by the time it usually reaches us, we don't have any damage. We've been very, very fortunate this year that we haven't sustained any damage because we're only 5 miles. I'm only 5 miles from the Gulf. So, but we've been very, very fortunate. So no damage here, luckily.
All right.
All right. So a few months ago, DJI moved into its new headquarters in Shenzhen, China, also known as the Center for Drone Innovation. And the structure is called DJI Sky City. Recently, they decided to show it off with a fancy FPV video using the DJI Avata.
This is Epidemic Sound music, by the way, that they're using. There's a link in the description if you want to get a subscription to that copyright-free music. That's a huge-ass bonsai plant.
That is.
Huh.
They stole that from you, Ken.
You know, I was just going to say, that looks awfully familiar, doesn't it, Ken?
Yes, it does.
Huh. You would think that DJI could be a little bit more creative, but I'm glad you mentioned that, Ken, because, you know, just a few months ago, I did a similar thing with the Avata. I don't know why it's blown up like this, but I did the same thing. They did steal from me. People are stealing from me all the time. Hey, little guy, just wait for the doors to open, buddy. I don't know why that video's messed up. Anyway, back to you, Jeff.
All right. So Sky City is 40 to 44 stories, 2 towers. It's going to have enough office space for 8,000 DJI employees.
Yeah.
So not your small building.
No, and it's good that they flew the drone in there.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
I mean, I remember we did the story of this several years back, talking about when they had just the concept for the building. And so to actually see it now that they had the concept is actually pretty spot on to what their original ideas were.
You think it's fun to work there, or no?
I don't know.
I mean, it seems fun because they're flying drones all over the place and they got robots and everything. But I don't know. Does it look?
No.
Your thoughts?
It looks fun on the surface, but I think I don't know. Like cultures and work ethics are different, like country to country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like it doesn't look like people like really have fun there. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think I'll go on the different route. They still have that zero tolerance policy for COVID there, and I'm imagining it's not fun at all. So anyway.
Okay.
All right. So next in the news, an Australian hydrogen-propelled drone recently received a $1.3 million grant from the federal government. The Swinburne, Aerostructures Innovation Research Hub.
What's it called?
Or the
One more time,
Swinburne Aerostructures Innovation Research Hub, or Air Hub, is set to develop and trial Australia's first hydrogen-propelled drone. This is going to be a large-scale drone. This is not one of the not anything small that we would do. That's a zero-emission, uncrewed air system. So they're expecting this to have long range, zero carbon emissions, low noise. With the hydrogen-powered vehicles, this represents an environmentally sustainable and socially responsible advanced mobility system. Whatever you want to.
So full disclosure,
no batteries.
Well, no, I am not right now as I sit here after Thanksgiving dinner. I myself am not zero emissions.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Pre-show, you were definitely not.
Oh, it's so bad.
Definitely not.
So bad, but so good. You know what I mean?
We already know who's farting in the raz. All right. So next in the news, this video shows what would be described as, I guess, an explosive moment when dolphins attacked a massive school of salmon off Australia. And when I say massive, I'm talking
Look at that.
hundreds of thousands of them. But this is tens of thousands of salmon that I guess they start their southern coast migration, and these dolphins came in and just decimated them.
Dolphins are very smart hunters. They team up on them.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey, you go over here. All right, Larry, I'll be over here. Meet you in the middle.
Yeah, I think that was their Thanksgiving dinner. So there you go. Speaking of Australia, they recently had a wonderful drone show near Swan River. And during that show, they experienced a massive failure where 50 of the drones fell from the sky during the middle of one of the drone events.
Spectacular sky display, 500 drones dazzling above Elizabeth Quay, but the show quickly went south, wowing the crowd for all the wrong reasons. Around 50 drones lost control mid-air, plummeting from the sky. The reason remains a mystery.
We're looking into GPS interference to see what has gone wrong.
Things can go wrong with technology of this kind.
Saturday's light show went off without any turbulence, but with each of these drones costing more than $2,000, last night was a costly tech lesson.
Let's say I did cry a little bit last night, try not to think about it, but it was an expensive show last night.
Drones can sometimes crash out during large-scale events, but organisers say they've never seen anything of this scale before and insist safety was never compromised.
From what I understand, I don't think there was any risk to the public.
Specialist divers will be sent here to retrieve the downed drones, but the process could take days. In the meantime, the Civil Aviation Safety Authority has launched its own investigation into what went wrong.
Wow. So,
yeah, and what was interesting, they normally lose maybe 1, 2, 3 drones, from time to time, but 50 in a single sitting?
Yeah. Somebody had to have been messing with them. Does anybody know about jammers? Those boxes with the antennas are right? They're illegal to buy in the United States, although people do. Sold by China. You can get them. I wonder
China.
if something like that would mess with a show like that.
You would think it would take out more than like 50.
Yeah, but it would have to be some interference near the control
Sure.
center. Yeah.
Yeah, that
it
is
could
crazy,
be
though.
it could be interference, and then also it could be a problem with the systems with the drones, being that it's fairly selective. It wasn't like a patch of them dropping. It was selective and kind of scattered. It could have just been a bunch of failures, bad batteries, that kind of thing.
Or some of them could have been related to the karma. You never know. The family descendants.
Oh yes, it could have been the GoPro Karma descendants.
Yeah, descendants.
All right.
Spare parts.
Wow. Middle of my show.
Message to Ken's bartender. Please cut him off now. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I am empty. I do need a reload.
Okay.
I wish I had a robot. Jeff, continue. I'm so rude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm the guest.
That's okay. So this one was fun because when I read the title, right, of this news story, it caught me. Senators alarmed over potential Chinese drone spy threat. And I was thinking, wow, that's probably pretty scary. Apparently in Washington, D.C. in the airspace, hundreds of Chinese manufactured drones have been detected in restricted airspace over the recent months. The trend is increasing, which means that national security agencies have now started being afraid of foreign espionage being used because these drones are flying in geofenced restricted areas. And the senators now are getting a little concerned about the increase of these drones flying in areas that they shouldn't be.
That's bad, Jeff. I was half listening. I'm sorry. Yeah. They should be concerned. I was watching. I think we were all watching Ken's empty chair for a minute.
I'm just fucking checked out. I'm sorry, Jeff. If I don't keep the beer flowing, I may have a headache. I don't know if I can make it through the news.
For those who don't know, we're keeping a cuss count down there. That's the scoreboard. And I apologize for any young children who learn those words from my stream. Parents get all bent out of shape. Dad, your uncle taught your kids those words. They know the words. They're not learning them from TNL and Ken.
Promise.
Yeah.
I'm only here one night every 3 months, so it's not my fault.
Right, Jeff?
All right. Sorry, Jeff.
Okay.
We love you, Jeff.
We do.
Well, the only concern that I have about this particular story is that senators tend to have the ability to make rules and laws. And the simple fact that people are flying drones around restricted areas in Washington is not giving the rest of us as drone pilots a very good look, so to speak.
No, it's not good optics at all. So
it's bad optics. And so the last people that I want to piss off are a bunch of senators in Washington, D.C. So needless to say, that is something to pay attention to because these senators are starting to get a little bit rattled by it. All right. So next we have, the AMA has been officially recognized as a community-based organization by the FAA.
Oh, yeah.
Today, the FAA officially recognized AMA as a community-based organization. Since 1936, many have looked to AMA to manage the recreational and educational community. And in 2012, Congress mentioned the need for community-based organizations like AMA and their important role in keeping the airspace safe. In 2018, Congress gave the FAA a pathway forward to allow them to recognize AMA and other community-based organizations. And today, we got that status. The importance of this for our membership is it allows us to continue requesting higher altitudes at our fixed sites. It requires that the FAA bring AMA to the table when they're making rule changes and in the way that we operate. And it also allows us to start the FAA Recognized Identification Area Application Process, or FRIA application process. That will allow you to continue flying at your fixed flying site location without the need for a broadcast module on your aircraft. It's because of our members and the safety culture that they have in place. That's the reason we got this status. So we'd really like to thank you for that.
Your thoughts, guys?
Oh, it's great. They're going to be able to fly in their own little quiet, protected little areas, and you're not going to be able to take your, remote controlled plane out into your backyard and just fly it around your neighborhood. You got to go to these community-based organization locations to fly your aircraft in a nice, controlled, and FAA-approved manner. Unlike the rest of us that grew up as kids with our balsa wood and styrofoam Cessna planes, just flying them out down the street.
People have a lot of opinions on this and the AMA. I was a member of the AMA for a year. It did nothing for me. I got 12 shitty magazines. That's all I got out of that. Where's my cuss counter? We'll just add one to Ken since we're the Kens. Yeah, we're gonna have to group them in. But I do have a counterpoint. And who better to talk about the FAA and the AMA is someone from New Zealand. So I give X-Jet Bruce the floor for just a moment.
The AMA, to their credit, to their very, very strong credit, at least in the video that they put up today, they admitted something that we've known for many years, but they've never actually come out and admitted it. They've admitted that they advocate for their members. Okay, well, we know they advocate for their members, but it's very important. That doesn't mean they advocate for the hobby. The hobby is this big, AMA membership this big. And if there's one thing I've learned is you cannot trust these people. They will tell you what you want to hear and they'll do what they want to do as soon as you leave the room. That's the way it works. Unfortunate, it's just true. Absolutely true. In my experience and in the experience of many other people, this is what happens. The FAA said there will be no network remote ID at this time. At this time. 3 key words, at this time. Basically, they admitted that, yeah, we're not doing it right now, but it is our intention to do it. The only reason they're not doing the network remote ID with the ability to turn us off at any stage is because the technology isn't available. There's not enough coverage, not enough network coverage to support a network remote ID system as proposed in the regulation. As soon as that technology becomes available, you can bet your bottom dollar that suddenly broadcast remote ID will be a thing of the past and everyone will have to have network remote ID. And at that stage, you pay to fly if they let you.
Okay. I'm just going to let that lie. The Bruce, I love Bruce. I love you. I know you're watching. Love Bruce's passion, and he does make some good points. So I know there's Moss Photography. oh, sweet Jesus. So
let's not open that can of worms.
Let's not open that can of worms.
Think about how this,
yeah.
Think about how this can blend together, though, because you have Elon Musk throwing up satellites all over the place, putting up, this network in space that gives internet access to just about any place.
Sure.
Once you have global internet everywhere, then that network-based system that he's talking about isn't such a far-fetched problem.
Well, yeah, so, the wants and needs of the FAA are always going to be a little bit more than. Yes,
I
Ken.
think the problem with that, Jeff, is the cost of that. Like somebody's got to take on that cost to be able to transmit and to have that network-based access, essentially.
Oh, no, that's simple. We're pissing off a bunch of senators in Washington, D.C. that have their hands on the federal wallet. That's not a problem. They'll just, throw a few billion at it and make it happen. Because we're pissing them off in Washington, obviously. It just makes sense. Thank you very much for everybody who flies in no-fly zones in Washington, D.C.
As a 107 pilot who makes money from flying my drone, I will always follow whatever rules I have to in order to make that happen. But there's a majority of people watching, commenting, no doubt, that just won't. They just won't. And that's fine, too. Sometimes your silence speaks volumes. But, Ken, the final word on that.
I don't want to piss Vic off.
All right. With that, we'll just let that lie. But Jeff, I want to take this opportunity on Thanksgiving to thank you in front of everyone for, I've had, co-hosts come and go. But you have always been here, Jeff, through family troubles and sickness and health, till death of the stream do we part. And I appreciate the hell out of you. You're a good friend, and I love you, man, and I thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
On this,
I've enjoyed doing this.
Thanksgiving. Now, did you have any turkey tonight?
Oh, God.
Are you going to have some turkey?
No, we had ham.
You had ham, did you?
You didn't have a turkey. What type of ham did you have, Jeff? Did you have a honey baked ham?
Yeah, honey baked ham. That
Yeah.
was it.
I love
It
a
was just
honey
ham, yeah.
baked ham.
But you're not going to have any turkey?
No.
Jeff, why wouldn't you eat turkey?
Yeah. Oh, because he doesn't want to kill. Because turkeys are
delicious.
They
but
are
they're
delicious.
Also, what type of animal are they, Jeff?
What are they, Jeff?
Thanking me for what, Ken? For years of what?
Abuse. Yeah. What is a turkey? It is a bird. It is a bird.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird. Well, a bird's a well, a bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird. But bird's a well, a bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird. But bird's a well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's talking about the bird. Well, a bird. But bird's a well, Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. Bird is the word. What a bird. But bird's a word. What a bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird. But bird's a well. Bird. Well, a bird is a word. What a bird. But bird's a well. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's talking about the bird. Well, a bird. But bird's a word. What a surfing bird.
Yeah! Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving, Jeff. You all right, buddy?
There's just not enough alcohol in this world. Just not.
You're in the wrong studio, Jeff. Come on down.
Yeah, you are.
I need to head over to his place.
Come on to Bar Dobo.
Yeah. Or I'll just have I'll have BotGrinder send you some gummies.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
All right. BotGrinder coming up. Thank you very much, Jeff. We love you. See you, bud.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. Now here's where the co-host would normally have a fantastic joke.
I would normally have a joke.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Some sage advice from Ken Doan. Original Doan. Hit us up. What you got? Sage advice.
I don't really have sage advice. I don't really have sage advice. I'll tell you this. Make sure before you take off, you have all your GPS satellites. That's it. That's sage advice, right?
That's true. That's true. And always have a visual observer when you're flying FPV, right?
Right. And if you put 2 in the pink, you have to have 1
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead.
Sorry.
I hear a super chat train coming. This is where you help your buddy Ken out. And this Ken, that Ken, he's doing all right. Me, I've been eating a lot of spam lately. If you want to help me out. 0 new members so far. Please become a member.
We gotta get those members up.
Yeah, and you will have access to all the fabulous exclusive membership content. You can gift memberships.
Yep.
It is the season of giving now. So let me go ahead and thank everybody who has donated. We got $4.20 from Jay Young. Must be one of Bot's people. Welcome to BotGrinder's people. If you like what you see, then come back next time and watch and subscribe. If you don't like what you see, then keep your yapper shut.
You young folks.
And get off my lawn. Keith, D&D Aerial Views, $5. Better get a milkshake for this. I forget what he was talking about. Oh, okay. Gordon Fisher, $2. Thank you, Gordon. Appreciate that. Michael Blade, FPV. He's been a member of the Pigeon Jerky Gang for a month.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Love the pigeons, Ken. Ken Torbeck, love you, man. He's been making all my cop car buttons where I can deputize the kids whenever they see the cop car. $5 from him.
Nice.
He says, we decided to try pigeon from the pigeon jerky this year. All I can say is yummy. Philip Koshat, $5. Ran out of pigeon jerky. Guess I'll eat some turkey. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Philip. Media Mike with $5. He's always very generous. Appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving, Ken and Jeff. And 107 drones. Oh yeah, Barkley. I'm going to see him Sunday. We're going to go out filming in the Nashville area. $20 from him. Thank you very much. For Thanksgiving Chinese food. Sounds good. Kim Fused FPV, $20. Thank you, Kim Fused. She's awesome. Happy Turkey Day, Ken. Much love. D&D Aerial Photography. We do have a video from him tonight. $10 for eggnog. Ken, do you drink eggnog?
I do. I love it with vodka.
Vodka is the best. Is that the best additive?
Vodka, I think vodka or like a little spiced rum. Like, no, seriously, it's not a. It's a good thing.
So you wouldn't put like some kind of liqueur in there. You don't want to put like Jaeger in your eggnog and call it.
No, you got to put a little spiced rum.
And you can call it
a little hard nog.
Yegnog. That would be fun.
I call it a hard nog.
Artco Drone Solutions. Hey, Art, $5. He says bicycle, an icicle that swings both ways. Now, see, he's got the jokes. We need to have Art co-host one time.
There you go. Have him on.
Yeah. Place it here. $20.01. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Place it here. Had to donate more than Barkley. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Just by 1 cent.
Yeah, just by 1 cent. And Cliff Field, is that New Zealand? $10. This should convert to about $1 US, I think. Okay. Thanks for the pesos. One Vision Aerial's been a member for 7 months. Let's get the train rolling. Thank you very much. E-Drone, new member. All right, we got a new member. Welcome to the Heron Birds. Now you have access to all the exclusive content. And I think someone named Original Dobo donated $19.99. Are we gonna party like it was $19.99, Ken?
We may. We just very well may. We have to. Well,
thank you, Ken. That's very generous. I think only twice has a co-host ever donated while he's on the show. And the other person
doing all the things.
You know who did it while they were on the show?
Who?
Bardwell.
Bardwell's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He really is. He's a genuine, nice person.
Super Deluxe says 2 Kens are better than Flight 1. That's the truth.
Heck yeah, man.
That's the truth.
Heck yeah. St. Kenny, another Kenny, $5. Thank you very much, St. Kenny. My one Thursday off, I can watch the show, enjoy the show. Happy Tom Pigeon Day. Tom Pigeon instead of Tom and Turkey. So we got 2 new members. That's good. Lambo drives a Zambo. Awesome username. $5. Happy Turkey Day, and thank you very much, Lambo, if I can call you Lambo for short. In the Woods, been a member for 13 months of the Heron Birds. Thank you. No turkey for me. I've got a red heron. Andrew K, member for 4 months of the Heron Birds. Thank you for spending your holiday with us. Absolutely. And thanks to everybody who super chatted and became new members. Just because the music stopped doesn't mean that you have to stop becoming members and whatnot. But Keith from D&D Aerial Views super chat reminded me of something that I'm going to show, and then we're going to bring BotGrinder on. Ken, do you remember when I flew the, I forget what drone it was. It was a little whoop. It was an iFlight something.
Oh, yeah, the Bumblebee.
No, it wasn't that big one. It was a little one. Anyway, I tried to fly it through a cow on Keith's farm.
Okay.
And they kept running away. Well,
yeah, I would too.
He kept at it because the cows have to get used to the noise. So he kept at it like day after day and got the cows used to it. And he finally did it. And he sent me the video. Here is Keith flying his Avata with the dildo, not the controller. He's flying this with the dildo controller. Yeah.
No cows were harmed.
No cows were harmed. Now
this cow's just like, he's ready for it.
He's
like,
in the,
I'm going to take this Avata.
He's in the crosshairs.
He's just like, I'm not going to move. Oh God, it's coming.
Yeah.
I feel like a cow sounds like Adam Sandler for
Right,
some
yeah.
reason.
Ooh!
Oh,
Ow!
right in the nipple.
That was fantastic, wasn't it?
That was. He split the udders.
He did a split ass. Nice job. You know, if that was a bull, he might have had something else to hit, but
Yeah. Have you seen those? God, Lord.
yeah, they're scary. Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna, before we bring on Bot, I want to play his video because, you know, he's creating an FPV park. He's buying land. This is for real. It sounds amazing. And I'm going to play his little promo video. There's a link to
FPVpark.com.
Yes, FPV Park. It's all of the links are in the description of this video. But here he is. Here's BotGrinder talking about his dream that we all share now.
I'm BotGrinder. I want to build the world's first public FPV freestyle park and campground. Plus crawler course, micro racetrack, Nerf battle course or something. That'd be pretty sick. I've been talking about it for a few years now, and it's a pretty scary thing to try and fail at, but you never know what's going to happen unless you try. I think this is an amazing cause, so here we go. Let's build Drone Disneyland. Basically, I want to build an RC paradise in the woods that anyone can come out to and enjoy. Want to go camping but not sure where to go? Come on out. Bring your quads. Want to practice that inverted yaw spin over a mini foam pit? Come on out. Want to host a freestyle competition? Now we have a place.
Heck yeah.
I want to build a freestyle park for everyone to enjoy. Not just a few gates here and there, but a 2 to 3 story tall structures with dive gaps all the way down. Faux buildings, containers stacked up so we have power loops for days, dive gaps of all sizes, whatever we want. Basically, an FPV freestyle paradise is what I want to build. Drone Disneyland in the woods. And I want it to be open to the public. This will differ from other parks, as it won't just be some land someone owns and invites select people to. I want the FPV community to use this land to build what they want to fly, host the events they want to host. This will be for all of us. Eventually, I'd love to look into making it a legally sanctioned FAA-approved flying location, but for now, I just want to secure us some land to build on. If you do want to help make this dream become a reality, you can go to fpvpark.com right now, and there's a GoFundMe to secure 10 acres of land in rural Pennsylvania, plus all real estate agent fees and taxes on the land. I'm hoping we make more than the goal, since we'll need money for supplies in order to build the obstacles and for upkeep and all that, but I'd like to at least get the land for now so we can start building on it and figure out lumber and stuff later on. If you do donate, I pledge to put your name somewhere in the park so everyone knows you helped make it possible. The plan as of now is smaller donors get a little plaque or something in one of the structures, while larger donors get benches and obstacles named after them. This can all change, but I promise you, if you do help make this park a reality, no matter the size of the contribution, you will be honored in the park somewhere, because this is going to take all of us pitching in, and I really, really appreciate it. As for location, I live in Pennsylvania, so I've been looking in rural PA, about 2 to 3 hour radius from the Philadelphia airport in all directions. Basically, the land should be between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, so it'll be a small day trip for anybody in Pennsylvania or flying in to come out. I have big dreams for this park, and I want everyone to have a safe, legal place to fly, especially with the FAA cracking down on drones. I think we're going to need a few of these parks all over the country, and this can serve as a test case for that. I don't want this to GoFundMe to stall at any point or sit around, so I'm setting an end date of January 31st. If for some reason we don't raise the goal by then, by the end of January, I'm just going to refund everybody's money and maybe try it again at a later point in time. But I have a feeling we're going to smash the goal and build an amazing paradise for all of us to enjoy. Okay, fpvpark.com is the link to the GoFundMe. Even if you can't donate, you can help by sharing this video and the fpvpark.com link to your social media with friends. Christmas is coming up, and what better gift than naming a dive gap in the middle of the woods after a loved one, right? Right?
Right. What a fantastic idea that is. What a fantastic idea.
Dude, I think that's a great idea.
He's a visionary, isn't he, Ken?
I think it. Nostradamus, my friend.
Nostradamus. Absolutely.
Nostradamus.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Before we bring BotGrinder out, people are reminding me in the chat here. What about the bi-weekly Beauchart? Let's go up to the Great White North.
Bi-weekly, yes.
Very quickly. Let's check out Mr. Beauchart today.
Hi, everybody. Mr. Partyhead here for this week's bi-weekly Beauchart. We've got a busy show, so let's get into it, shall we? First off, happy Dead Turkey Day to all my American friends. Well, if it isn't Ken squared. That's like asking, what turns you on more, my pretty face or my sexy body? Clearly, it's my sense of humor. And now here's Dono's favorite sexy clown, Uncle Extra Medium. No matter how stupid you feel, remember Little Red Riding Hood couldn't figure out a talking wolf in drag wasn't her grandmother. Do you know why Han Solo didn't like his steak? It was chewy.
Oh, God.
I think my wife started to show the first signs of Alzheimer's. She said that she can't remember what she ever saw in me. If your crystal meth dealer has all of his teeth, they're the cops. People used to laugh at me when I would say, I want to be a comedian. Well, nobody's laughing now, are they?
Mm-mm.
And now, here's a quick one because, as usual, we are running out of time. I will never go bungee jumping. A rubber breaking was the reason I'm here. It's sure as hell not going to be the reason I die. And on that note, and bye.
Heck yeah, the Bow Shark. Awesome.
He's such a character.
He is.
He is.
All right. Man, I don't know why, but suddenly I'm in the mood to bring in BotGrinder.
Let's do it. Let's bring him in.
All right. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Because, once again, freaking... you have any words of wisdom while I freaking Skype? I hate it so much.
No, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, honestly. I mean, I could feel like something's piercing, but
yeah,
I've got nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Jim was good tonight, though. You think Jim was good? I think that was good. I think it was top notch. That was A-level Jim. That was A-level Jim.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was.
He was firing on all cylinders.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I hear him.
I'll turn my video on. Sorry, this is the work computer. This is my office computer. I'm not used to it, so I think I got everything working okay.
Welcome, BotGrinder. Hey,
going?
How you doing, man?
Hey, be quiet. I'm trying. Sorry, these guys are loud.
They're busy in the background. Yeah.
All right, I'm good now. How's everybody doing? Hey, thanks for having me here.
You bet. You bet. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I've been watching. I was watching on the thing. Don't tell my boss. I was watching on the thing.
Yeah. And clearly you're at work. You got the tie on.
Yeah. Glasses, a tie. Yeah. A pen somewhere.
You have to wear the tie at work or you get in trouble.
What type of work are you doing there, Bot? A little IT action there?
It's a call center. I manage a call center.
Uh-huh.
We do windshield. Do you have a cracked or damaged windshield that you might need repaired? Because I can get you a discount. You let me know.
Didn't you call me about my car's extended warranty once?
That was somebody else that sounded just like me. I'm not sure. Nope.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay, excellent.
No, that was a different guy. He didn't have glasses.
Well, welcome to the stream, my friend.
Hey, thanks.
I don't know. We dressed up for the occasion just like you in solidarity.
Showing support.
Yeah.
I like how I had no idea you were gonna do that, and you had no idea I was gonna do this, so that's fun. That's fun.
Because he's freaking tripping me out here. Because I'm like job. He's saying job. I'm like, wait, when did this happen? When did this
Cascade Auto Glass, man. It's Cascade Auto Glass. We'll hook you up. I'm telling you.
Unbelievable. This is fantastic, though. Looks like you got a good crew there.
Yeah.
I saw that one guy walk to the water cooler like 5 times already.
We keep it loose. It's whatever.
That's good, dude.
Ken,
honestly, we don't make any money. We're bleeding money. It's fine.
Ken,
I'm glad you're doing well.
Tell him what object you have in your nose, Ken. You were last minute. You were like last minute. I gotta find a nose ring.
Last minute. You know what I did, dude? I cut a key ring, and now this thing is so tight I have to pry it apart. It literally it's cutting my nostril, but
it's worth it. Bleed for your art, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking about maybe doing this, making this permanent. I can like if I get one that's good, I could use it also as a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the thing. Every single can of beer or every bottle you ever drink is going to smack it, and every time it's going to piss you off.
But I can get one that I can maybe me open a beer with. I don't know. I was just
that would be cool. No, I like to see that.
I think it could work.
And mine,
genius.
Mine is my one of my girlfriend's old belts. I went big.
That is a D ring. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
That's pretty good, dude.
I was a leather
he's
smith in my youth.
Good for him.
Are we going to take him out, Ken? Or we're going to keep this going?
No, I'm going to leave mine in.
Yeah, I think I'm liking it.
I'm going to leave it. We're going to leave it in the whole stream. Fuck
it doesn't really work for me. I look like a narc wearing one, But I'm gonna take mine out.
I'm pulling it off right here.
You are.
The advice about the meth dealer with teeth, that's actually like solid life advice. Not just, if you're like trying to buy a little pot or a little something harmless, you know what I mean? That's good advice. You don't want a drug dealer to have nice teeth.
So tell us about the FPV Park. I mean, what a great
park
idea. It looks like it's going to be coming to fruition.
Man, I hope so. I'm sweating it, but I'm always like sweating everything. I had the idea for years. Like, I just wanted to do it even before like the threat of the FAA crackdowns and everything. I was like, I wish we had a little, Camp Woodward was kind of my example. Camp Woodward is for skateboarding, where you could go and like learn how to jump over the foam pit to do tricks or whatever. There's pros that came out to teach you how to do stuff. I was like, an FPV version of this would be awesome. You know what I mean? And I went to IO and a few events, and I was like, I want to do this all the time. Like, we need to get a park going. Talked about it for years, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it before the end of 2022. Just went ahead, made the GoFundMe, and was like, roll them dice, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do.
And it's
community comes together.
Goals at 22,000 right now, 325 donors. So I mean, it's almost. I mean, it's like what, a little over a quarter of the, yeah.
Ish. I'm going for 70 for everything, and I'm just looking at land prices all the time, and we're gonna need about 70 just to get the land. If I could find it for like 60 or something, that'd be fantastic. But if we, I told everybody if we get close, I'm setting a end date of January, the end of January. So if we don't make the money by then, I'm just going to refund everybody's money. We'll try again later, maybe, or something like that. Maybe some corporate sponsors. But if we're close, I'm going to talk to everybody that's donated, but like, let's maybe keep it going for a few more months or something, see what happens. And if we can get close and get the land, like, I think we can do it. I think we really can. We might not need the full 70, but we probably do. It's hefty. It's hefty, but we already made 22,000 of 300 people. So that's pretty positive right there.
And I'm sure you can find people that will donate materials and time to help
I've
you
had
out.
a lot of offers, yeah.
How hard
would
it be to get that place to be, not a FRIA, but, like just a place that's open? As far as
that's what we're looking into. Once the goal gets closer and it's actually going to happen, I'm going to start talking to lawyers and stuff. I've had a few people reach out as far as like the taxes and everything, but the legality of letting just public come out there and everything, we're going to have to definitely figure all that out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do like an LLC and just get it out of my name, put it into LLC, maybe get like somebody that lives in the area or a few of the top donors in the LLC. So it'd be kind of like a group thing and not just solely up to me for decisions and things like that, just so we can have more of a community feel for it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like it's just my land. Like,
got to make it almost like a nonprofit, like anything you make toward, like, because I know with like an LLC and having like a private piece of land, it's almost like you'll have to, I don't know, charge like almost like a donation fee, like whether it be $5 or something for people to come out just for the upkeep, maintenance, and taxes on the property. There's got to be like,
for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't have to generate profit. It's just got
property taxes around $700,000 a year in the areas I'm looking. So it's very doable.
So
you know
that's doable. Like that's like
it's nothing crazy.
20 people.
But you'll have to talk with lawyers about liability and stuff like that. Because.
But it's such a doable project, though.
Yeah.
The loose plan as far as liability was, I've been to skate parks, private ones. I've been to paintball fields, everything. Like, you just sign a waiver saying that you release all liability. And if that's legally binding, which is why I want to talk to the lawyer, make sure it's ironclad, you have to sign a liability waiver, And if it helps, you have to get AMA insurance because that covers you financially if you damage anything or whatever. And even the $25 trial membership is up to like $1 million. So maybe you have to get a $25 AMA insurance, sign a liability waiver, and then you come out, have fun, just get all the legal stuff taken care of. But again, I need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing to make sure that's how it can go.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have and see. I mean, because we don't have any FPV parks. I mean, there's a few places I've seen, but they're not anything spectacular or huge.
And they don't seem to be like they're built by FPV people. They're built, like. There's so much stuff that you can do. XJet wanted to know, will it be geofenced?
It'll be geofenced. Depends on if DJI wants to geofence that area.
Right.
I will not be doing that. I'll probably do like shielded operations, like don't go above the trees, stay under the trees just so like neighbors don't complain or
that's what
cops
we need,
see it or anything. I'll take that. I have so many, despite popular opinion, I will compromise with the FAA. Give me shielded operations, give me freestyle drones, no remote ID, long range drones, sure, I'll do. I don't care, whatever. Just let me fly my little toys, man, without like crazy overreach,
What do you fly on a daily basis? What's your go-to setup?
I fly my frame, my Demibot with the Hobby Wing stack, my motors. Yeah, Dobo. I've been digging your videos with that frame, man, which is cool to see. It takes the 03. That's very nice. I like hearing about that.
It fits it so perfect, man. Because I was having so many problems, and I was looking around like, what frame soft mounts a camera? Because that's not a thing right now, you know. Most of the cameras bolt up the carbon fiber, and I'm like, where could I find that? And I stumbled across it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna work. And I'm like, I was reading it, I'm like, okay, it's gonna absorb all the frame resonance. And I built it, flew it, and I was like, oh shit, it freaking works flawless. So it's like, why not?
Awesome. The resonance test came back real clean on it every time I've seen one of those.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's an understatement how good. That's what it looks like built. It's super clean. It's super clean. A lot of good space to build, but it's not like overly big. It's not overly big either. So that's really nice.
So
I'm glad you like it.
Let me go ahead and just move this cuss counter. I'm gonna move it up here with me so it's not on your face. And now you've got your tie on and your button down shirt like me. Appreciate that. I know you're trying to mimic me.
At work, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you're at work, of course. Now you're not to encourage you, but your score is low, and I think everybody's excited. You would just get a few out of your.
I feel like he's doing reverse bot psychology on me or some shit. I should. Oh, motherfucker! No.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird to say.
Motherfucker.
Who was that? Was that Ken?
No, that could have been him, though. I don't know. He said
if you review the tape, you might have to check the tape.
We better check the tape.
This is pure vodka, by the way. This is 120% grain alcohol.
Really?
No,
they let you to do that at, I was going to say at work. I'm like, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, you go to the water cooler and it's just vodka, not water.
Just vodka.
Yeah, that's how we roll. No, it's 5 gallons of PCP.
Philly's wired differently, though. Philly, though, they don't care. They're different.
They have no idea.
So, thanks for being on, man. I really,
thank you.
I really dig your channel. There's always something interesting. You are.
Appreciate it.
I love people that are passionate about this hobby, and I'm talking about camera drones and FPV. It's all flying cameras, and everybody is just so passionate about it. But I
love my Autel. I like all my drones.
I want to share something with you guys and with everybody watching that is a really good demonstration of, because everybody watching now, we're all drone people and we all know the basics, right? We're all in the hobby. But for people outside, laymen, they don't always know. And someone sent me a link to, you know who Jim Jeffries is? Okay.
The puppet guy?
No, he's an Australian comedian. You'll recognize him.
Yeah. He had a show.
Yeah, he's got a show called I Don't Know About That. And he had an FPV person on.
Cool.
And they were asking him questions. And he got a few right, but I'll just go ahead and play this, and you'll see what I mean about the general public's understanding about what we do.
How does a quadcopter turn and maneuver if the blades don't tilt?
If the blades don't tilt, I believe they don't need to tilt. So if you want to go forward, you would put either the front two or the back two on. So if you put the front two on, it'll dip and then push forward like that. You put the back two on, it'll go backwards like that, and then it will go each way. So you can go either way, rotating the four, and maybe even it can go on angles by just putting one on at a time, and then to raise from the sky, all four will go at once, vroom, and then two will go vroom, and then two will go vroom.
What does FPV stand for?
FPV.
Like, what is it? What does it stand for?
I still get warts.
Yeah.
FPV is flight pattern velocity.
That was the NDRC.
Yeah.
What is a 5-inch, and what's the difference between a 2-inch?
You tell a girl that a 2-inch is a 5-inch. Amen.
Temperature?
No, a 5-inch and a what one?
5-inch and a 2-inch. What are they, and what's the difference?
I would say that's the propeller blade lengths. Okay. And so yeah, not the whole diameter of the blade. Just I would say each blade 2-inch and 5-inch, and that would be, or it might be the whole diameter, but I don't think so.
What's a bando?
Bando?
Yeah.
It's what we call music groups in Australia.
What's the definition of ripping balls?
That's going as fast as you can, man.
Yeah.
What is whoop?
There it is, Forrest.
Okay. How fast are hobby drones legally allowed to fly?
And I'm going to picture my car going next to it.
Yeah.
It's not as fast as you think. I'm going to reckon 50 miles an hour.
Can anyone own a drone without any certification, qualifications, or insurance legally?
Yeah.
Doesn't need anything. You know,
I've got one. No one asked me for anything.
Okay.
I gave it to, at that stage, a 5-year-old.
Okay.
So maybe
They didn't ask you, Jim, but you know, maybe you should have looked it up. Maybe.
I should put that in the manual.
Okay.
What is remote ID and why is it a problem?
Remote ID and why? Okay. The ID would be what connects your remote control to that drone. What is the connective tissue between the two items? And then maybe that hackers can get into them and make your drone fly or take over or something like that. Maybe they haven't got enough protection on them. All right.
You don't need to be anything other than that.
Pew pew. So isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting. That's cool. See RC on there.
Yeah.
If that's the general perception that people have. We're okay then.
Right?
So I actually want to make a video. When all the remote ID I got, when it's officially out, I want to go downtown Philly with my little microphone and be like, what does the general public think of drone laws? Like, what do they actually think you can do? And ask them how high can a drone fly, how far, this and that, and just see what the general public thinks about it.
That's a great idea.
Remote ID, be like, they have no idea. You know what I mean?
They really don't. And that's a problem because it's the general public that become new drone pilots by going to Walmart and buying the.
That will also be scared of them if they're uneducated about them and vote against them and stuff and vote for measures against them. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you're like, okay, hey, there's a measure on the ballot. All these drones are illegal, and people have no idea. Like, oh yeah, sure, I don't want them spying on me. And you're like, bro, you don't even realize the whole hobbyist side and stuff. Like, we can all get screwed that way. So I would like to raise awareness, if it really comes down to it, to the general public. Be like, hey, it's just something we do for fun. It's basically like our little airplanes, but in the future.
Yeah, we all kind of have to be ambassadors.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. So what I like to do is when I have a new guest on, like yourself, I like to go on their YouTube channels and go all the way back to the beginning, back to their first couple videos.
Yeah,
and this isn't
cool.
your first video, but it's 6 years ago. How long have you been in FPV? More than 6 years.
6 years. Did you notice there's a playlist of all my first videos, or did you have to manually scroll down?
I just manually scrolled.
Okay. I made a playlist to inspire people, look how bad I was. But I made that video, the line of sight one, if you're gonna show that one, within my first week of FPV. I bought that drone. It was within that week I made that video. I was so excited about it.
Yeah, I think this is actually the second video that
the dumpster
is
cam
on your channel.
Yeah, this is about 2 months into FPV, I think.
Okay.
A month or two, maybe.
And what are you flying? What are you flying here?
Oh, this was probably my ZMR 250.
Okay.
My ready to fly ZMR 250 that had the ESCs mounted on the bottom, the single ESCs.
Were you trying to go through the sign? Did you want to do that?
That I wanted to, but I don't think I tried. No, I didn't want to lose it. I was always kind of just looking at that. I barely could go through the little entryway there. Oh, I missed that truck, dude. That was a good Toyota. That was a good truck. I missed that. It's sad seeing that there.
You were doing a lot better than me when I first started. Let me share a video.
I had a Hubsan X4 that I shredded, so I was ready.
Oh yeah, well that's good. That's a good one to start with. So I generally broke a lot of stuff. I didn't do a lot of simulator. I just didn't like the simulator. So I was willing to break a lot of stuff to learn. And this isn't that long ago. I think it's 2 or 3 years ago. I was trying to do a similar thing. When I saw your video of that sign, I was like, I know he wanted to go through it.
Of course I wanted to, yeah.
And I wanted to go
risk my drone.
Yeah, and I wanted to go through this billboard in Maryland way before I could. Anyway, here's me crashing in Maryland.
Oh, you went for it. Sick.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a crash.
And it landed on the roof of a motel.
Oh no.
Camera's gone somewhere. All right, so the plan is Sting's gonna pull his truck up, and I'm gonna hop up on the truck and go up on the roof and retrieve the camera. That's the plan, anyway.
Good plan right there.
Yeah, that was not an abandoned motel either.
Hello,
Doing
you.
some roofing.
Yeah, that was some scary stuff, and I would like to go back because I know I could do it now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Billboards have nice little gaps.
Yeah. Ken, did you do a lot of sim stuff when you started out? I know we have some camera drone GPS people watching that might
not really. I maybe messed with the sim a little. I messed with the sim a little bit, but I think I just went right towards breaking shit.
Yeah.
Like just said no. I'm just gonna, because the sim doesn't feel like, a lot of times the sim doesn't feel like how it actually, you know what I mean? Like it helps. It does help get that like a little bit of a baseline, but I think just real world experience is the easiest way to go about it.
Sims now have better physics than they did.
They do. They are 100 times better than they were, like, let's say even 3 years ago. 3 years ago there was limited options, but I think now we have some amazing sims actually right now.
2 questions for you, Bot. 2 questions. One, what flavor are you vaping? And and 2, what advice would you give would be people watching who want to get into FPV?
Cookie butter. Because they like little desserty ones.
Okay.
And advice, there's so many different, I feel like, categories, but no, I guess just if I condense it, just take time, man. Just keep flying. Just keep whatever you want to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish in FPV. You can really boil it down to just keep flying, keep doing it. Keep it up. Don't get discouraged. Get discouraged, but get back on the horse.
It is frustrating because you see all these videos of people doing all these amazing things.
But you gotta. I think it's important not to worry about what others are doing, because I used to be like riding BMX and everything, and it got to a point in freestyle BMX where I just couldn't take on injuries to progress. So I had to move on, but like all my friends were still like willing to risk their body to get better. And not that freestyle the same way, but like it hits your wallet differently. But it's like, people have different skill sets. But the cool thing I think about FPV is whether you are new or you've been flying for 3 years and you haven't progressed, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody judges you. You can be out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's just about the time that you're spending hanging out with the people flying. That's the coolest thing about, I think, FPV, is because everybody's on an even playing field. Nobody looks up at somebody and thinks, right,
you're not being judged.
You're not being judged. You're just not being judged, because the only person that a lot of times can see the flight is you while it's happening. So nobody knows what the hell is happening until, unless you post a video. So I think that's the coolest thing about it. Like going out to some of these events, like everybody's just very non-judgmental, and that's the most fun thing about the hobby.
And very approachable. Everybody that I've met in the FPV community are very approachable, non-judgy,
I love that.
just fun, filled with great advice. And if you have any questions in the chat, just go ahead and put them in there. Should people? Where are you right now with analog and digital?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm probably I'm the one here. I'm still a huge fan of analog. I like my analog for a couple reasons, just because it's cheap. I'm used to it. I trust the breakup on it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not used to digital lag or the way that it breaks up when it goes too far. I'm not sure when, which I know you can get used to that. I could if I wanted to, but I'm just happy with analog, and I'm the type of person where I'm like, cool, man. It works fine. If I wanted digital, I could switch to it, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Although I did order a pair of the HD0 goggles specifically for their analog input, because there's a new de-interlacing mode that's supposed to make analog look a lot better. But then I can also try out HD0 and a digital system if I want. I did try to run walk snail, like honestly, and I'm just old and my eyes suck, so I got upset to my stomach as if I was playing VR. If I play VR, I can only play for 30 minutes, and I'm like, I feel nauseous. And I experienced that on walk snail when I try to fly it like all the time. And I had a pretty good setup too. Like I was getting good video, just a little too much of a delay for me.
So do you think
was there a good amount of delay with the walk snail system? I haven't tried it yet.
I don't think it'd be super noticeable. It's probably on par with DJI. Like I've had DJI pilots fly it and be like, yeah, it's the same as far as lag and stuff. And I've never really flown DJI, so I can't speak to that. But I noticed it for me. I was like, ooh, I feel like I was playing VR. It's just subtle lag that I can't do. Analog, give me snow all day as long as it's like real time.
You know,
that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody's brain works different. Nothing wrong with it.
One of the things that I've noticed with having a foot in each camp is that camera drone people, it takes them a minute to understand that you can land hard, you can crash, and it's fine. And a lot of camera drone people want to buy the absolute best stuff that's available, like all the latest and newest stuff, and you don't have to, especially when you're learning. You don't want to bang all that stuff up.
It's a trap because
in FPV. You go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's a trap, dude, to buy the best stuff though.
It is,
and
because
FPV especially, you're gonna be breaking it, and like a lot of times the newest is not the greatest. There's some new thing they're trying that might be fragile. We're speaking of durability and stuff, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
a lot of times the old tried and trues are the way to go. Which, you know, keep innovating, keep giving them money so they do stuff. But FPV, you might want to settle in what you like and just go with it.
I always liken it to musicians that use the same old, broken, worn-out guitar for 30 years, you know, because they know it, they like it, they know what to expect from it. They don't have to get all the latest and newest stuff. It's not really like camera drones where you're going to get all the features. Spending more money does not make you a better pilot.
No, not when it's manual.
The technology doesn't progress that much either. Like, you know, like you look at flight controllers, you look at frames, like there's different designs. There's a new frame every week. There's a new flight controller every week, but motors, but they're essentially made out of like the same factory half the time. It's all the same manufacturer, just a different brand name. They all do relatively the same thing, which I think is interesting because you can buy really anything, get it to perform the same way.
So yeah, put your name on it if you want. It really comes down to the design at that point.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
How much is a starter analog setup compared to a starter digital setup in cost?
A lot of binding flies. You know, the FPV, everybody always recommends get something smaller when you start so you don't hurt yourself or anybody else. Get a micro, tiny whoop, something, try on that. But if you just want to jump in a 5-inch, you played a lot of sim or you're comfortable, or like me, you know, I flew that Hubsan forever. My entire build comes out for my drone to like $440, and you know, I piece it together and stuff. 440, 450. But you can get a bind and fly. Digital bind and fly is going to be around that much. An analog you might be able to get for $300 something bucks. Cheaper depending on the drone. These are like freestyle drones I'm talking about, like marketed as freestyle. You can get a $100 micro and have a blast with it. You know, you don't really necessarily need a 5-inch to have a good time, because in the goggles, that little thing is going 100 miles an hour anyway, and you're ramming into everything. So it's the same feeling, really. A tiny little one is the same feeling basically as a 5-inch.
And then
that's what you really want,
as you get more confident, then you can get pricier stuff if you want to. But I got to tell you, I am excited about the range on the 03.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, huh?
Yeah. Now,
I hear the penetration is fantastic on it.
That's what she said.
I love the penetration. Don't we all want more penetration?
Especially in an abandoned building.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's what I see when I hear range. I hear better penetration. Yes, Ken.
But it's funny, he was talking about, you know, playing VR and it feels too real. You start getting sick. That's how that makes me though. Because you don't have, there's not a lot of breakup. It almost feels too real. Like it's hard to explain, but you just feel, it almost loosens your confidence because you see things that you're like, oh shit, I don't have enough clearance to make that. It's hard to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm really winning that. Yeah, 16. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me. You're making me look like a total degenerate, dude.
Cuss counter. If you just joined us, I have
being natural, man.
I have a cuss counter.
Yeah.
Yes, just being natural.
Just totally natural. Please.
I really like your channel, Mr. Bot, sir.
Thanks. Yeah, back at you.
I'm gonna play another thing from you. And this is something that I actually did as well. You drove a car using FPV, like third-person video game style. Let me play a little bit of that.
How did I miss your video? You did that?
Yeah. I did it differently.
Oh my gosh, I hit the car.
So your pilot's in the car with you, right?
Get a little closer.
Okay.
Get a little closer.
Closed road.
This is sick, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Get a little closer if you can, but don't overshoot. Someone try to take this turn. Okay.
No cars, right? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Gosh.
Dude, turning is turning is try to be more behind if you can. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay, I made the turn. Get a little closer if possible. Should I gun it? Do I gun it? Oh, yeah, it's a Prius. I don't think you gun it. Oh, all right, parking garage. Here we go.
Oh my god. That messed me up.
You ever do this, Ken?
Okay to run over, right?
Bro, you know what this reminds me of is you ever playing Need for Speed where you can see the car in front of you?
Yeah.
That's what this looks like. Need for Speed. It's like that third person view. I've not done this though.
All you have to do is come out of the parking garage a little closer so you can see my turn. And we made it. Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. Okay. I'm making the turn. Oh, am I gonna hit anything?
I don't know.
Okay, a little more. Oh god. Oh god. What was that? Oh no. Oh no. Don't run the quad over.
That was f***ing terrifying. I don't know if y'all want to try this, you're not going to be doing it in your own cars.
That's so great. That's so great.
It was fun. That was a fun day.
We did a similar thing with an e-bike recently, where we were on an e-bike wearing the goggles and somebody's flying behind us. That's really tough. I did one that was
I bet.
It was easier because I put a Bumblebee on the roof of my car, and it was steady with the car, and I just used the video from that to try to drive it. But it was still a little, still messed up a little bit.
If those two things hit anything, then I'm gonna hit something. That's fun. I like that. That's great. I like that. I would not trust myself to go too terribly fast. Let's see if I can just miss this pole.
No, no.
Right?
No, dude.
Right? Am I good? Am I good? What? How close was I?
You got within 5-6 feet.
Okay, good.
You got full coverage. I only have liability.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me know if I'm gonna hit the pole. Don't look at that. Am I good?
It was really weird because I kept turning my head to try to get more peripheral vision, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the natural thing to do.
Yeah.
Good now. Okay. Oh. Wow. This is so weird. How close am I to hitting you?
I do not want to be. Will you stop following me?
Here, hold that.
Okay.
Ah, jeez.
You all right, buddy?
I love terrifying Kelly.
That's good stuff.
You have to try it, Ken. You got to try that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea in a Jeep. They're already like pretty terrible to drive. I'm hitting stuff without doing that. I can't imagine having goggles on.
We got any questions from the gallery? Oh yeah, XJet said the Avata would work with the head tracking. That might help with the peripheral.
Maybe.
The head tracking on the Avata only works with the dildo controller.
Motion wanker.
Right.
Motion wanker.
BotGrinder, have you flown the Avata?
I haven't. I was supposed to, but the person that was going to let me crash theirs on the roof or something.
Oh.
So I wasn't able to fly it, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody in Philly, yeah.
Okay. Would that be someone with beautiful eyebrows?
Could be, yeah.
Did Billy crash his Avata on the roof?
Yeah, I think he got it back. But he had crashed it for a second.
Oh, okay. All right. Did he have to rescue it with another drone?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just know he was like, hey, let's go. I got another one.
Awesome. So if there's any other questions from people, let me see here. I know there's a lot of people watching who see the FPV videos and they're like, yeah, I want to get into it. But they really, there's so much to learn. I mean, there's so much to decide. Do I want a bind and fly? Do I want to build? You know, because
they need to watch his latest video on the bind and flies.
Yes,
your opinions. I think explains a lot.
Your opinions on the bind and fly, just very quickly, sir.
It was that I kind of was just against the marketing of a lot of these frames as bind and flies when you're really just going to be spending more money swapping the frame or parts out once you do crash it. Like, they're fine. Bind and flies are fine. They're good if it helps you get into the hobby, but you shouldn't expect to go fly like an abandoned building or an office park all day and walk home with your drone still intact. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people are disappointed by that and then maybe get discouraged when something does break. Like, things will break, expect that, but there also are drones that exist that are a bit tougher that are meant for hanging out in an office park and smashing into the concrete all day.
True. Yeah.
It's whatever, whatever is fun for you. I have fun risking all my stuff, but I also enjoy long range and just cruising. I enjoy cinematic. Like, I just like all things aircraft, I like flying around.
Are you a manned pilot as well?
No, that's terrifying. I will never do that. I barely like flying commercial. Barely.
So do you know that's true with me too? I don't like flying commercial, but I have a friend who's has a plane, and I'll ride with him only because I'm right there and I can grab the yoke if I need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They lock the controls in a commercial plane. I can't get in there. We're crashing.
Yeah,
nothing I can do. Yeah, nothing I can do with that. Ken, are you afraid to fly too?
I think when COVID hit, like I was traveling like quite a bit before COVID, and then after COVID, because I hadn't flown a little bit, I had a lot of like built up anxiety about getting back on a plane, and it took me a little while, man. It's funny, I always listen to the same song during takeoff, and I don't know, I just try to cope, I guess. But yeah, I do have a fear of flying, surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get airline headaches really bad, like pressure headaches, so bad that gives me then anxiety and claustrophobia, and it just like spirals. So now I have to take like 24-hour allergy stuff, and then I'm okay. Then I don't get it. I also don't fly more than like 3 hours at a time. I'll just do layovers.
You're coming out. When you come into Tampa, you're coming to Tampa in January, right?
January 28th and 29th, I believe. Last weekend of January. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be epic. Last time I was coming back from Vegas, I was tired. I wasn't feeling good. We got a chance to hang out at the Drift event, and that was super fast. But we're gonna try to, like I say, we just do a fucking mega event down here. Like just make it huge.
I'm down. Huge. I'm so down. As long as the locals are cool with it. That's my whole thing, is respectfully coming into your town and hosting a meetup. You know what I mean? Like spots that you don't want to get blown up.
There's only a few spots that I know that we don't want to get blown up. Like you were at one last year. Like that's one where we definitely couldn't blow up. But there's not a lot of spots where we can't have a lot of people, I don't think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good places to
barbecue and stuff, man. I'm excited.
For sure. I think we need to do it. We just need to make it big this time.
Yeah.
What kind of run-ins have you had with authority, and how do you deal with that?
Right, as soon as you see an authority figure pull up, you run over with goggles. Maybe not run, walk over with goggles and be like, check this out, dude. You know what I mean? I feel like every time that's happened, they've been like, oh, this is so cool. Kind of forget what they're doing and either be like, sorry, you got to go. Or like, all right, this is all you're doing. Have fun. It's completely the opposite of my experience in skateboarding. So at first it was like, oh, crap, here we go. But now I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, you just get super open about what you're doing. Don't act sketchy. I've been kicked out of a couple places very politely. Never had a bad run-in flying. Not that I can think of ever. Not even like Herons or anything. I tend to not fly around people.
Free. Yeah, but Philly's like drone friendly though.
Yeah, you kind of.
I feel like it's drone friendly
business.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Definitely, if you're anywhere downtown and you see somebody flying a drone overhead, people are just like, oh yeah, a drone. Nobody ever is like freaking out about it or anything. You got worse stuff on your mind than somebody flying a little helicopter in the air.
But that's true. If you can get the goggles on someone, it really changes their mind.
Yeah. Not only they see it's harmless, but they're also usually like, oh my God, this is crazy. What am I experiencing right now? FPV, man.
Yeah, because you don't. I wonder. I fly in front of a lot of people at times, like in Nashville. Sometimes I go to the Parthenon and there's people in the park, and I know they're watching what the drone's doing and everything, and they see that I'm wearing goggles, but it doesn't really click until I put the goggles on them. Then they're like, oh, because I don't know what they think I'm watching. When I got the controller.
VR or something. I hear that a lot.
Right,
they're playing VR.
Right. I'm just watching Netflix while I'm flying this thing.
Check my messages.
Right. Yeah. Do we have any questions in the chit chat? I think we have a lot of your fans in here. Appreciate that.
I see that. What's up, everybody? Thanks for cruising by.
Yeah. And feel free to come back again anytime. Feel free to subscribe. Oh my gosh, we got 10 new members.
Nice.
There's people gifting memberships. Oh my gosh.
Oh really?
Yeah. Let me see where we're.
Oh, Christmas miracle.
Now Tammy Jean, you've been a member before. Just became a member? Come on. Tammy Jean. Oh, Tammy Jean, you looking good in your 9-piece, girl. Come on. So you haven't dealt with Karens? You haven't dealt with
No.
Do you have camera drones, GPS drones?
I have an Alto, yeah, thanks to this guy here.
Ken is very generous, isn't he?
He's got an Evo.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice.
Oh,
we got one.
Bam!
You got me.
And I think
so excited about
I think
it.
I heard
It's so
enough.
sick.
I think I heard the S word
I just couldn't deal with the shutout, dude. I could not deal with the shutout.
All right. I won't do you like that. I won't do you like that, then.
Awesome.
But I get passionate about things I curse. I can't help it.
Yeah,
he does. The first BotGrinder video I ever watched, I was trying to figure out how to get my Rush tank functioning, and I'm like, somehow like his video came up. He's flying around the stadium bando by that middle school, and like the whole video is like I'm watching the video. I'm like, what the hell? What? I'm like, there's no ads in front of his videos. And at first I'm like, I don't know if I can get down with this. But then like the more I started like needing research, I'm like, I'm just gonna go watch his videos because there's no ads in front of the video because it's all demonetized. I'm just like,
I don't even press the button. I don't even press the monetize button. I don't want that.
So now I'm just like saying, like, I think it was like after the third or fourth video I just subscribed. I had no idea who this guy was at first. And but like that was the vibe though. I was like, I can get with this.
Do they demonetize you because people can curse?
I don't monetize in the first place, but I use copyrighted music because, like, my videos are to me, it's a whole thing, and the music helps shape what I want people to feel in the video. I want hype music, high BPM, or like slow or whatever, and I just can't do that with stock music. So I use copyrighted stuff. The artists get a cut. I don't. It's whatever.
There is an option, Mr. BotGrinder, sir. And that option is Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description, a sponsor of the show. They've got over 100,000 sound effects and great music, lyrics and everything. Copyright free.
Very nice.
And remember, if it's not epidemic, it's crap. That's my slogan for them. They should adopt that.
They should adopt that 100%.
They made it now like the artist can't get the full cut of your video.
For YouTube? Well, I assume the labels get the money anyway. I assume artists don't really get much.
That's no longer how it works. They get a portion, they get a percentage of it. So you can use like copywritten music. You just got to do like an attribution to the artist. They get 50%, you get 50%. They no longer get a full 100% of the video, which I think is freaking awesime because that's the way it always.
Do you have to attribute? Because
you have to do an attribute
last
to the artist.
Last time I did a stream 3 hours long or whatever, I got a notice for 15 seconds of something, and it all went to them. There's a way to put an attribution in there. I forgot how it was. I was watching a stream on it. They made some rule changes to how they're doing that, but I haven't had to deal with that. But I know what you're saying though. Like sometimes you just find this this beat and you're like, you don't want to sacrifice the quality of the video.
It just hits with that slight.
Yeah, it just hits. It hits. So I get
and a lot of music I use is nostalgic for me too. So I like it. You know what I mean?
They have all genres at Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description. Okay. By the way, you have a live stream tomorrow. Is that right?
Yep. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. East Coast.
All right. What are your live streams like? Tell everybody.
I can elaborate. Let me elaborate.
Yes, please elaborate.
Do it.
So it started off, it was called Getting Drunk and High with BotGrinder like 4 years ago, whatever. And I was just in my room, poor lighting, like we just smoking reefer and drinking beers and stuff and answering like the 14 people's questions that watched. And it's evolved into what it is now, which I have little challenge coins. I give away, usually it's every week. I'll issue a new challenge. You go out, you make a video. Whoever wins the challenge gets the little challenge coin. But for the past 16 months or whatever we're doing, we have like 5 more left. We're doing battles. So this is the thing, the coin you can win, the battle coin. So we pit 16 people head to head once a month, and they battle till we whittle it down at the end of the month to just 2 people head to head. They win a $100 grand prize, the battle coin, and at the end of it, we're bringing all 16 people back. So I play my patrons. So my little side hustles, I play my Patreon's videos. Every single video they post, I'll play Patreon videos, and then we do the battle, and then I shoot the stuff in between.
You and I are a lot more alike than you think. I too have coins.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But nice. I don't talk about those anymore, and I don't do battles like you do. So what time is your stream?
9 p.m. East Coast on 9 p.m. East Coast, on Fridays.
Okay. And how long do they go for?
There are 2-hour streams, 9 to 11.
All right. So another thing I found on your channel was this thumbnail. that perhaps you can explain. I can't share the video, but tell me about this.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So what happens?
That title's actually inaccurate. It was more like 3,000 milligrams.
Oh.
I did my surprise.
Shit.
I did my math wrong. It laid me out. I had crazy panic attacks, headaches. I was throwing up. I did not feel right for like 10 hours. It was too much, like real psychologically bad, just real, like everything felt bad. And I was like, you know, I've smoked reefer all my life, but this was an insane feeling. It was like more, like psychedelic than like reefer. You know what I mean?
So it was like a really bad vision quest.
It just had sick the whole time, pounding headaches, panic attacks the whole time. It was horrible. My most viewed video I made 650 videos. So many quality drone FPV videos. I make one like stoner video. That's most viewed video on my channel. So I refuse to make more. I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to be known for.
Well,
I mean, it basically
the video is entertaining. I did watch it. You have green hair in it, and I think weren't you peeking in the video at some? I mean, you filmed yourself while you were.
I filmed the whole process, the whole thing. I went to the park and hung out. I was not doing good.
Okay.
Went home, ate some Taco Bell, filmed everything.
Nice. Yeah, it's entertaining. There's
don't
links.
Do it.
Don't do it, kids. Kids,
no,
don't do it. Don't
wait till you're older if you do.
That's right. Yes, and use the buddy system.
Yeah.
So there are links in the description for all of BotGrinder stuff. We were talking the other day, yesterday, you and I, about we went to the FAA protest in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
We were there at the same time. I don't know if we met officially then, but everybody was there.
I don't remember.
And we all shared one thing in common. Most people got sick.
Yep.
That day.
Patient zeros that day.
That's right. That's where COVID started.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yes. Sorry.
Whoops.
Don't blame China. It was us.
Man, I would share. I drank back then. I was sharing beers and stuff. That was so much COVID.
Oh, man. Hey, best of luck with your venture for the FPV Park.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
And again, let's see how many people have donated since. I'll refresh this. And we got another $25.
Nice. That's how we get there. That's how we get to the 70. Boom. Made it
FPVPark.com.
FPVPark.com.
All
0
right.
to 22 grand. So we're doing it.
Yeah, moderators, put that link in the chat here. Awesome.
Thank you for donating, by the way.
You bet.
Whoever that may be.
That was Alan Hardy. All right. Well, thanks, man. I guess we'll let you get back to work there in the IT center.
Yeah, they're yelling at me to get off the break. I know. So don't touch my sandwich. God, these people. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
Ken, it's been fun.
I'll
Thank
see you, brother.
All right, and the final tally, 18-2. But of course, Ken started earlier.
I started early. I had
You
a
did.
head start.
Yeah, it's kind of some bullshit. There you go.
Wait.
18-3.
Where is it?
18-3.
There you go. All right. Awesome. Thanks, man. We'll see you later.
Thank you very much. Later, y'all.
All right. Well, he's an awesome guy. We got to have him back on.
100%, dude. He's a good dude.
Let me see here. Bip, bop, boppity, bip. And now here's Ken with a joke. No, just kidding. There's no joke.
I still don't have a joke. I you know what I need to do is prior to streams, I need to take a list, do a community poll, and maybe rally some jokes.
Yeah, I mean, or just open a Snapple cap.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, there's some in there.
I don't know.
All right, so let's see. What if we need to get into viewer videos? But first, I think just to rinse off, let's go ahead and if anybody's stressed or anything, let's just go ahead and take our 7th inning stretch here and hop into the Raz Chamber. If you're new, if you're a BotGrinder fan and you're wondering what in blazes is going on here, well, this is where we all just hop into the hot tub of purple and blue goo and we let it permeate our souls. We let it creep into the naughty bits and take away all the badness. That scab you had on your left butt cheek, gone!
Oh, God.
Thought you were getting the sniffles? The Raz cures it. All that ails you disappears, but there is one rule and one rule only. What is that rule, Ken?
You are not allowed to fart in the Raz.
Please refrain from farting in the Raz. Now sit back and enjoy. Northside Hawk? What did we just say, Northside Hawk? Shame.
But are you sure it was? You sure it was him? Because there was a lot of that happening prior to the stream actually starting. So I'm not even sure. Are you passing it off? Are you passing that off on Northside?
The dog isn't around to blame, so I'm blaming my gas on Northside Hawk. I apologize, Northside Hawk.
Fair enough.
You don't deserve to take the blame for my gas. Yes, I have the turkey farts. So let's get into the viewer videos, and there's some good ones. And I'll let you decide, Ken.
Okay, let's do it.
How you doing? Are you staying awake? You doing all right?
I am feeling.
You feeling groovy?
I'm feeling groovy.
You've been drinking that chocolate beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a sipping beer. I have one left. It's a sipping beer. You just sip it.
Oh.
It's a sip.
And do you have your pinky extended while you're doing it? Sounds classy.
I have been.
Make sure when you're sipping that sipping beer to have your pinky extended. There you are. Now you're chugging it, sir.
No, it's a delicate sip.
Now place it gently back down on the doily.
On the doily.
Very nice. All right, so do you want to see a railroad bridge or something corny? Which one, Ken?
Let's see something corny.
You got it. We'll burn the other one. This is from Volker. Volker.
Okay.
I hardly know her. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So this is very dramatic corn music. This is in northern Germany. This is made by Mavic 3. Music by Epidemic. This summer, the corn gets personal. Oh! No, not the thrasher! Ah! Oh! This is like a... Ooh! Straight to DVD. This summer, corn. That looks weird in reverse. It's putting the corn back. Ah! Fantastic. Man, you can make anything look dramatic.
I've never been so terrified of corn.
Right? Oh, man.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. All right. So now let's see a railroad bridge and decompress. All right?
All right.
This is from Doug. Okay. It says, Ken, the Ottawa Rail Bridge is a railroad bridge spanning the Illinois River in the municipality of Ottawa, LaSalle County, Illinois. The bridge was constructed in 1898 by the King Bridge Company and then altered in 1932 to include a vertical lift span designed by Waddell and Harrington. I do like the fog.
It's very mysterious.
And it's fogging beautiful.
Holy fog.
Fogging A. Wait, does that? No, that doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Okay, all right. That was great. Lovely. Thank you, Doug, for sending that in. Hey, if you want to send in a video for next week, you can send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. Make sure to include your music source. Is it, a Madonna song? Is it the Eagles? Is it some sort of rap? Well, YouTube will get their panties in a wad. So use Epidemic Sound. Check out the free trial links in the description. Everything else is a crap.
That's right.
It really does help the channel when you use them. Uh-oh. What is it? What?
No, it froze for a second. It froze for a second.
Did it freeze? Did I freeze?
Yeah. When you threw it in the garbage, whatever that was. It didn't like that.
A lot of people are noticing that my little machine there isn't rocking.
Your Duma floppy?
The old Duma floppy, the perpetual motion machine.
The old Duma floppy.
Yeah, I got to get that going after the show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share a video that's really, really very interesting. Do you ever wonder? Do you ever fly around a paramotor with your FPV quad?
I'm going to answer this. Yes. However, asterisk, I don't know if we had permission.
Okay, so you didn't coordinate it with the pilot.
I don't think it was. It wasn't coordinated. It was sort of by accident, but yeah, I have flown near them.
Okay.
It
Can
is
you hear
interesting.
The damn train going by. I live close to the
I hear
train.
it, dude.
I know. I
hear that.
I'm trying to ignore it.
The Polar Express.
Yeah. So this guy named Flying Brian did some experiments because people wonder if you fly an FPV quad into like the cords of a paramotor person or a wing, will it cut the string? What happens if you hit the sail, the wing itself? Well, he did some experiments, and this is just a few moments from a much longer video. You can find it at Flying Brian FPV. So they did this for science. Check this out. This is very interesting.
Recently, Tucker Gott released a video of an FPV pilot flying his quad through his paramotor. And as someone who flies both FPV and paramotors, it got me thinking about the potential risks and dangers of doing so in flight. So today we're going to explore the potential risks and dangers and hopefully discover ways of mitigating it.
I do think it'll damage the lines. I think it will score the outer sheath, but I don't think it'll break anything. I think when you get up into something monster class, maybe there's a difference. But, you know, everything down in what I'd consider the typical hobby FPV freestyle drone probably won't do anything.
Ooh.
And wow, look at that. Yep.
So there is damage.
Yeah, went right through the sheathing. Looks like the internal line itself is still okay, but that got tangled up on that motor. Interesting.
This is versus the actual fabric.
Ooh. There is a hole.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You made it in. Didn't make it through.
So that's through the top.
Yeah. I thought the drone would punch into it, carve all the way through the inside, and slice into the bottom and get stuck in the wing. That's what I thought would happen. Oh, you hit the camera.
Wow, that was a lot harder to cut. That was a lot harder to cut. It is hard to pin down what exactly is dangerous and what is not dangerous. You know, it does seem like when you hit any line with any prop, any quad, there is damage to the line.
Yeah.
It just depends on whether or not it's catastrophic failure or is it fine.
Yeah.
I do think the overall danger is if you do get a drone in the lines that it tangles the line and it changes the shape of your wing. I think that's where obviously is the most dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's good. That was a very scientific experiment.
I mean, I think it's crazy when you're flying through the paramotor. But I mean, if you're flying just around them, I think it's fine. But I mean, most of us aren't trying to go through it, right?
Right.
But if I think that's
it's always best to coordinate with the pilot. Anyway.
Yeah. It was funny when I was in California, we were on the coast, and you know how they have the windsurfers?
Mm-hmm.
We were just flying, you know, like pretty low to the water and coming up. Well, this windsurfer came up behind one of us. Like, it wasn't like we were trying to fly around. He came up behind one of us as we were raising up, and we went right through his lines. Like, it was perfect. Like, he came, blasted through our path of the drone. And none of us, you know, obviously none of us hit each other, but it was just like, holy shit, he came out of nowhere.
So
it was pretty crazy. that was petty. That was petty.
I mean, so Scott, SKS video guy, he's a great friend. He loaned me his Mavic 3 when it first came out.
Okay.
For a long time, and I ruined it. I crashed it and had to replace it.
Oh, you don't say.
Thank you, Scott. I did replace it though. But here he is flying the Mini 3 Pro around a cruise ship. And we'll just let everybody know while you're watching this, because I know people have asked me, Christmas is coming up, and I usually have a meet in Ocean City, New Jersey, the day after Christmas, December 26th. I'll be going there again. I'm going to Allentown to see my mom for Christmas, and so the day afterwards, I go over to Ocean City, New Jersey, and no matter how cold it is, I will meet everybody at noon on the boardwalk at 10th and Boardwalk in front of Shriver Saltwater Taffy. Now, last year, we had quite a few people out there, so I look forward to everybody coming back out. I'll be doing that, and I hope Scott makes it as well. Thank you very much, Scott. This is a very short video from Lee Bessing, but he flew around some kites at night. It's pretty cool. And these are like super mega ultra pro kite people.
These are pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the Surfside Flyers Kite Club on the Texas Gulf Coast. And this is the Evo 2 Pro drone. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, there's a whole kite community. There's all kinds of communities, man.
Who would have thought? Kite community.
Yeah. And tomorrow I'll be posting a video from the mountain bike community. I hung out with those guys with Fly High FPV in Birmingham last weekend.
Sweet.
It was fun. Do you do a lot of have you gone and you do drift cars, things like that?
Yeah, I've done drift cars. A lot of my friends, they still ride BMX, and they just built a whole new set of jumps, and they're like, oh, we got to have you come out and film it. So that's on the to-do list whenever it stops raining and the weather looks good. But yeah, I've gone out there and I do the drift cars. But drift cars, like, they're fun, but it gets boring after, like, you know, the third or fourth time.
It's true. I did the monster trucks for the first time. That was awesome. You can't really tell what, you know, I'm not coordinating with those drivers.
Right.
They're just doing their thing, and you have to kind of guess where they're going to be. But I love doing stuff like that. I use the Avata to follow the bikes instead of a 5-inch FPV quad, and it worked okay. Yeah. You'll see that video tomorrow. So I got a video with another Avata in it. This is of Idaho. He says, hey there, Ken, I'm another Rob who digs your channel. I live in southern Idaho in a town called Jerome, and have been flying for about 2 years. The video is shot with the Avata near Ketchum, Idaho. It's near a famous ski resort. Music Epidemic Sound, of course. Rob Bartholomew. Is he going to go under the bridge? Is he? Yeah, we're going to go under that bridge. Yeah, we are. Here we go. Through it or... Oh, damn it.
Nah, damn.
We're going to go through that thing, though. Here we go, through the thing. We're going through. In slow motion. And, that's a little disappointing. We didn't go through it. I'm sure he did, though. Thank you, Rob. I really enjoy all of my Robs. In fact, just very quickly, I know I got a few more super chats that I want to mention. Wow, 10 new members. Thanks, everybody. Mudball Creative, been a member for 6 months. He says, Happy Thanksgiving. From a Tripto fan. Tripto fan, get it? Look Mama Drone, $10. And a Baba Booey to y'all. Jimmy J, been a member for 25 months. He's in the Heron Birds. Happy Thanksgiving, one and all. Drone Slot, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Drone Slot. King Turkey FPV? Well, this is your day, isn't it, King Turkey? New member, welcome to the Heron Birds. Thank you so much. John Taylor, $2. Great time with Ken and Ken. One Vision Aerial, gifted a membership. And again, you can gift these memberships and YouTube will disperse them to deserving people on my channel.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Flush FPV. I have to have a sound effect for Flush. Thank you, Flush. You became a new member of the Pitch and Turkey Gang. That's awesome. Mark Sullivan, $10. Thanks, buddy. Happy Turkey Day, says Jay Young, 420. Any idea what that's about, Ken?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That maybe some residual of our previous guest.
I don't know what that's about. I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no idea.
But thank you, Jay Young. Bought a little dabble, do you? He says. Shelby Vol, $5. Hey, Shelby.
Hey.
Oh, man. You know, if I lived closer to you, Shelby, I'd want to take this thing.
King of Wing.
He is the king of wing.
King of Wing.
This is Drone Tag. This is the remote ID device that's been approved by the FAA that you slap on stuff. I'd love to attach one of these to your wings and have you do your wing thing.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to
wouldn't it?
Follow that. Yeah, it would be.
He says, "What up, Ken? What up, Bot?" And hey, my buddy Chris Skyfox, FPV FP Volpine, been in the Razgateers. He says, "Speaking of breaking stuff, the G will be ready tomorrow and should also have a Skyliner ready as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you, buddy. Bot, come to Minefield next year." Yes, please. Mr. Bot, sir, if you are watching, you are invited to Minefield. It's my meet every year around my birthday. And Chris Skyfox is the guy who, he seems to enjoy fixing my drones when I break them.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate the heck out of that. Not my favorite.
Good pit. It's good to have a good pit.
Good pit crew. Not my favorite part of. I can fix them, but it takes me forever. He's just like
it's a necessary part. It's a necessary.
It is. You should at least know how to do it.
Yeah.
St. Kenny. Hey, $5 from St. Kenny. I just got the TX16s and waiting for the goggles too, where I can a future drone with my goggles. What's a good Cinewhoop drone above my Avata? Ken, you want to field that one?
If you're looking for a pre-built, Axis Flying makes a lot of cool Cinewhoops, or if you want to build one, I'm a big fan of a Shendrone Squirt, or you can check out Chris Teal owns Droneco Productions. He recently just moved to California. He makes some amazing Cinewhoops, awesome pre-built quads. I would highly recommend checking out Droneco and everything that Chris Teal makes, because he really does know his shit when it comes to building whoops and just flying little things like that. Nice even number, I guess, now.
Yeah, it's a good even number, yeah. Thank you, Ken. Little Sharp Beauchart, been a member of the channel for 19 months. 19 months of the Pigeon Jerky Gang. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you, Little Sharp Beauchart, who is Jim Beauchart's son. And Itchy Sack FPV. Itchy Sack FPV. Been a member for 30. That's so great. How come I've never noticed you before? Or have I?
I think that's Sam Burns.
Oh,
it used to be Sam and Roan's Drones, and then he changed the name to Itchy Sam.
I love it.
Which is so funny.
I won't forget it. He
Nope.
says, hello, Ken and Ken. Thank you very much, everybody. All right. So just a couple videos left, and then we'll bid you adieu. Do you want to see a temple or a castle? Kind of the same thing, really.
Let's go with the temple first.
Temple? All right. This is a Hindu temple. All right. There you go. And it's the largest Hindu temple in North America, located in
look at that.
Cary, North Carolina. The Gateway Tower at
Really?
the Sri, and I can't pronounce this temple name, but it's in North Carolina. It's 87 feet tall. It says, thank you for all you do for the drone community. This is from Buckeye Drones.
That would be cool to fly FPV here.
Yeah, it would. But so many places where you can get caught. Can you imagine getting stuck up behind one of those things?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You'd never get it back.
Yeah, you can kiss that drone, Buddha.
Buddha bye.
Buddha bye.
That's awesome. Thank you for sending that in, Buckeye Drones. Appreciate it.
That's cool, though.
And now, the castle in Wales.
Hey.
All right. He says, hey, Ken, hope you're well. I stumbled across this hidden gem whilst riding my motorbike in Wales. I would love it if you can include it in your next viewer videos, please. It is called Harlech Castle. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Loving your channel and appreciate all you do for the drone community. Many thanks, Graham. If you lived in Wales where all these castles are, wouldn't you be asking permission to fly FPV around all these places?
I think I would ask. You know, it's easier to ask. It's easier. I don't know. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission sometimes.
Yeah, but if you crash in there, then you'd have to let them know. Hey, can I get my drone back?
But
You know what I
if
mean?
you don't, well, there's a drone right there flying. Oh, that's a bird. Never mind.
Okay. That was great. That was great. Thank you, Graham, for sending that in. Well, man, I had the serious turkey farts.
Yeah, you did, dude.
And I apologize because I know you guys are getting some of that. What did you eat for Thanksgiving, Ken? What did you have?
We had a honey baked ham. We did a turkey from Publix, and that was it. We kept it pretty traditional. We were done eating by like 1:30, 2 o'clock, so pretty early day. It was early.
I'm just looking to see here if I have anything else. I mentioned everything. One of our buddies, Mel from 400 AGL. You remember him? 400 AGL. I got a message from someone that's saying that his channel's about to be demonetized for lack of views or something. So I know he's still doing stuff. I don't know if he's still live streaming, but Mel, if you're watching, we love you, buddy, and we hope people go check you out. That's 400 AGL. He's got some interesting things on there, and he's very, very passionate about this hobby, as we all are. And with that, I'll give Ken the final word. Give us some wise advice, sir.
Make sure all your batteries are always stored at 3.5 volts, and don't ever charge a 1050 at 5 amps accidentally.
That's right. And my advice to everyone is to go to remotepilot101.com if you want to get your Part 107. You know you do. The ladies love a pilot with their certification. I know I go to a bar sometimes, and there's just be like ladies just sending me drinks because they know I look like a drone pilot. remotepilot101.com. Use Heron18 to get the discount. Jason Shappert. He is an author. He's a pilot. He knows everything about drones. And
he's got 2 watches.
He's got 2 watches, and he's got a smile that's visible for 2 statute miles. 3 statute miles, in fact. And, the FAA is trying to give you these tricky questions all the time when you're taking the tests. They update the curriculum all the time at remotepilot101.com. I will be going to M0A in December to hang out with Jason Shappert and the whole M0A gang, and hopefully I'll be hanging out with this Floridian as well when I'm there. This guy right here. Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah. RemotePilot101.com.
You gonna tell them what we're gonna try to do?
What are we gonna try to do?
Or what you told me about the plane and the whole situation?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not a secret. But
okay. I'm gonna be like this in the back.
But you gonna come with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. I'm not gonna miss out on this shit show.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's still an even number. 21.
Yeah, it's divisible by 7. RemotePilot101.com. Check them out. You can get a discount for using Heron 18. So before we go, yes, the plan is to get on a plane. What if I was on Delta flight, right? And both pilots have some kind of heart attacks and they're incapacitated. Yeah. They're not dead. They're just passed out. Right. And then the stewardess comes back and says, "Is there anybody that can fly this plane?" And I'm like, "I'm a drone pilot." And she's like, "Is there anybody else that can fly this plane?" And they're like,
I get to play the stewardess.
Yes. We'll get a wig for you. And so I was wondering, I'm not a manned pilot, but I know a little bit. I've flown fixed wing RC, so it's got to be the same, right? So the question will be, can a trained drone pilot land an actual plane with just the instructions from the tower? Jason will sit next to me, able to grab the yoke in case of emergency, but he'll not be pointing. He'll not be doing anything. He'll just be the voice on the tower saying, "Okay, look, at this, pull the throttle, do this." And we'll see if we don't die. And it'll be fun. And Ken's going.
So if something happens, it's a 2-for-1.
Kens. Wipe out the Kens.
From existence.
That's it. No, you know what? You'd be the only one who lived.
Oh, could you imagine?
Right. And it'll be like in those car accidents where it's always the drunk guy who lives because he's so relaxed.
Yeah. But if I live, can I have your Thursday night slot?
Of course, yes.
Thank you so much.
And
I
think
I really appreciate
this is a legally binding document.
Right here. I get the Thursday night slot if we crash.
Yes. And with that, I guess that's it.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Ken, thank you very much for your time, your generosity.
Thank you for having me.
People don't know this necessarily, but I have my Avada because of him. Thank you very much. I love you,
Thanks, man.
And thank you very much to Jeff Sills for the news. BotGrinder for being on and for being so passionate about FPV and his park. Do check out all the links in the description.
FPVpark.com.
FPVpark.com. Join the revolution! And that's it. Thanks, everybody, for your support. I really do appreciate it. Seriously, would not be able to keep doing this and keep the lights on without your generosity. Until next time, buh
and bye.
pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. What the hell heck it does? Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Bo Shark too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, cause TNL is here for you. Yeah! You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Bo Shark too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is